All right, so today we're going to talk about something that I know sounds a little dry, a city plan update. But trust me, this is actually about the core wiring of your city and how a simple refresh keeps everything humming along for all of us. Let's just start with a basic question. I mean, really think about it. Every week, like clockwork, the garbage disappears. The streets stay clean. But have you ever stopped to think about how all that actually happens? It's not magic, you know. It's a really detailed plan. And what happens when that plan gets, well, old? To really get this whole waste plan thing, we've got to zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture. You see, any well-run city operates from a master plan. It's kind of like you need a blueprint before you start building a house, right? Otherwise, you just get chaos. Now, in city planning language, that blueprint is called the Integrated Development Plan, or the IDP. Just think of it as the city's main playbook. It sets out the big vision, all the major goals, and the top priorities for the next several years. Every single big decision has to line up with what's in this document. Okay, so having a big master plan is great, but it's kind of high level for the day-to-day stuff. So what happens is that each city department, we're talking finance, housing, and waste management, they all have to create their own more specific plans. And the number one rule? They all have to follow that main IDP playbook. And this is where you can really see how all the pieces fit together. The Integrated Waste Management Plan, the IWMP, it doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's just one part of this whole ecosystem of plans. You've got plans for money, for development, for housing, and they're all interconnected, all guided by that one central IDP. Which, of course, brings us to the real problem here. The city had this new, shiny IDP with a fresh vision for the future, but the plan for managing all our waste, well, it was totally stuck in the past. It's honestly the perfect analogy. It's like you've got this brand new, top-of-the-line computer, but you're trying to run ancient, clunky software on it. You're just not going to get the performance you paid for. It's just not going to work right. And that's exactly the situation the city was in with its waste plan. And you can see the disconnect so clearly here. On one side, the city's new vision, the IDP, had all these new priorities, new programs, new projects. But on the other side, the old waste plan was still chugging along based on old goals. They were completely out of sync, which meant the waste department just couldn't support where the city was trying to go. So, how do you fix a mess like that? Well, thankfully, there's a system for it. You can think of it as a mandatory annual checkup just to make sure all the city's plans are healthy, up to date, and actually working together. And this isn't just a nice-to-have thing. It's actually the law. The Municipal Systems Act specifically requires cities to do these reviews every single year. It's a built-in safety net to stop exactly this kind of problem from happening and make sure plans stay relevant. And the whole review process really boils down to three simple but super important goals. First, just make sure everything's legally sound. Second, and this is the big one for our story, get the plan back in line with the city's main strategy, that IDP. And third, make sure to add in any new updates or projects that have popped up. So, once this whole checkup was done, the city zeroed in on three major upgrades that were desperately needed to get the waste plan back on track. Let's take a look at what they were. First up, strategic alignment. They basically rewrote the plan's priorities so they matched the IDP perfectly. Second, they added in all the new initiatives that had come along, especially from public-private partnerships. And finally, they completely updated the budget to reflect today's costs and plans. So yeah, this wasn't just a quick edit, it was a complete overhaul. And it's all official. On April 26, 2023, the City Council gave the final stamp of approval. The new, updated, and fully aligned integrated waste management plan was good to go. The old software was finally upgraded. Okay, so we've walked through the whole problem and the fix, but let's bring this all back home. Why should you or I even care that some bureaucratic city plan got an update? What's the big so what here? Because at the end of the day, it's pretty simple. A plan that's aligned and up to date means you get a city that just works better, period. Services are more efficient, taxpayer money is spent smarter, and everyone running the city is actually pulling in the same direction. Let's just quickly break down what those benefits really mean for you. An updated plan makes sure the services you receive actually meet with the community needs today, not 10 years ago. It's a clear guide for how your taxpayer money is being used effectively. And maybe most importantly, it gives everyone a clear, stable roadmap for where the city is heading. So, Getting this plan refreshed helps the city run smoothly right now. But it does leave us with a pretty big question to chew on, doesn't it? With things like technology and the climate changing faster than ever, what new challenges should our cities be planning for today to make sure they're ready for tomorrow?